And joining me right now is King 5's Greg Copeland to offer us a little bit of context about these OceanGate missions to the Titanic. Greg, I know you've been covering this for a few years now at this point about their mission, on what they do. So can you explain a little, first for our viewers, what's the difference between a submersible and a submarine?
Submarine, think of the Navy. It can operate on its own, leave port, come back, all under its own propulsion, and self-sustaining, whereas a submersible is something that's basically, they put it out there, it goes to the bottom, and it can come up. It's not meant to be long-term. I would equate it to maybe like a boat's dinghy, where you can be on it, small motor, but you're not going anywhere. It's not self-sustaining very long.
And that submersible, it went to go explore the wreckage of the Titanic. Do they make their voyage there and then they drop down basically vertical from above the wreckage? Yeah,
I mean, depending on the conditions, and the conditions have not been very good there. So it's billed as an 8 or 10-day trip where they leave Newfoundland. They go out there in a support ship. They're out there for several days, and they make several missions or trips down and back. And each one of those is about 8 to 10 hours, depending on the conditions. That's 5 hours of travel time to and from, and about 3 hours down to essentially look at the Titanic and take the images and pictures and sonar as they continue to build and recreate what it's supposed to look like. I want to give you a glimpse here of just what we're talking about. This is from a couple years ago when I interviewed Stockton Rush, the CEO, who was often at the helm at those missions. We don't know who was at the helm of this particular mission, but this gives you an idea. There are 5 people generally inside this. You sit on the floor. It is like a big cylinder about the size of a large van, maybe, put it that way, and the controls are at one end. This is a mock-up of that. It's an exact replica that they would use to build and learn with while the other one was gone. But you have, imagine 5 people in that for, well, now at least 24 hours, probably closer to 30 or 40 hours at this point.
Yeah, that's a small space, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot inside there.
There's no bathroom. There's none of that. These are all questions I asked Stockton over the years. I'm like, what's it like? Nobody eats before they go down. They know it's going to be generally an 8-hour trip. So you eat a little bit before you go down. You don't drink a lot, and you go down and come up. Obviously, this is not exactly how they thought this would go. So.
Obviously, every single minute and every hour counts at this point, right?
Every single one, and right now trying to search for it on the surface with all the sonar buoys. If a mission goes bad, the general operation would be to drop your weights and float to the surface 3 hours later. Now we're talking way past that. If they don't find it on the surface, that means something horrible went wrong, and that creates a whole other list of problems.
A whole other logistics challenge.
Yeah.
Greg, thank you.